Hey everybody. I was just doing my ping real quick. I hope you're having a nice weekend. A little discombobulated as usual at the beginning. Oh look, there's somebody. No bots here. We have an anonymous coward over on YouTube. Hello. Yeah, I set up the stream elements bot and for YouTube because this is my second YouTube stream ever, so I'm still like figuring out how this stuff all works. And yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna be practicing cello shortly. I just got to hit enter on this ping, but the music stopped playing, so I was like, oh well, I'll just say hi. Here, let's do this. Let's play drop. Let's play drop, and I'll talk while I post. I had a pretty uneventful day today. How do I even... Not one of those people that's good at typing and talking. But if you're on Twitch, you can hit !drop and play. I promise I'll get better at this. The multi-streaming thing is just kind of changing my workflow a little bit. Where is the thing? Here is the thing. Where is my link? Not my stream key. Nobody wants my stream key. I mean, you might want it, but I prefer to not. I'd prefer you didn't have it. Because, you know, this is what we want. Yeah, I think this is what we want. We want that link. Sorry. I forgot to ping everybody last week, which was, you know, not great. All right, so there we go. I did the thing, and not gonna do the thing at all the places. Just the easy places where I know I don't have to log in again. Anyway, we'll do that place, and we'll do this place. It's a whole thing. I could probably automate this stuff. There we go. There you are. All right, that's good enough. Both mics are on. It's just I'm like right up next to my cello mic right now. So hopefully you can hear me now. But anyway, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go back there. Okay, so sorry, we did the thing. Yeah, so I mean it is on. Here, let's see. Let's just do this. Let's turn this mic off. I have a switch. This is an SM58S, so it has a switch on the handle. Yep, that mic is definitely on. Gosh, I didn't even tune. I probably could have just waited a few more minutes to go live, but was like, oh, I'm only 5 minutes late this time. So while I do this, oops. Hey, Yellen. Okay, so while I get my tuner up, I'm pretty excited because Mujo just got an update, and Mujo is, oh, thanks, Loss. Loss says no worries. Yeah, so Mujo is the program that I use, or the app that I use on my iPad to log my practice time. And it got an update for like the developer. He's JC Practices on Twitch, and John Crosley on YouTube. He's a classical guitarist, and he had to like take a break from Mujo for a while, and now he's back to developing it. So I got the feature that I've been waiting for, the ability to manually add time to your practice items or edit them, which is very helpful for me for like, cause like what I was doing when I have my lesson, I want that logged, but like what I would do is I would start my lessons are 45 minutes. So I would start my 45-minute timer on Mujo, and then I would like leave, and the screen would stay on my iPad where Mujo was running, and then I would go to my lesson, and I would come back, and the screen would still be on because that Mujo keeps the screen on, which makes sense because normally you're using it when it's open. But yeah, so now I can just like when I'm warming up for my lesson, I can just log 45 minutes for my lesson in Mujo, and then I don't have to worry about it, and then I won't have to run my battery down. Okay, cool. So we got all tuned up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll use the edit function tonight. But let's see. What else can I tell you about my lesson this week? We had a lot of discussion about vibrato, because one of the things that I'm having trouble with is, for those that are new, if there's anybody new out there right now, like our friend Anonymous Coward, I've been working pretty hard on my vibrato, but I've only been playing for cello for 4 years, a little over 4 years. So I'm still a beginner. But, one of the things that I noticed when I went back and watched the VOD from last week's practice, actually, was that even though I had felt like I was relaxed and loose, particularly on the Etude that I'm working on, which is intended to help me with vibrato, it was not. What's up, Nivex? Nice to see you. Happy lurking. So when I went back and looked at the video, I was like, oh, my arm looks really stiff, and like I'm not moving very much and whatever. And like, so I talked to my teacher about it. And so when I'm doing okay on the longer notes where I have more time and I can like relax. And really one of the things to watch is my wrist. And is there a big amplitude with my wrist? But when you go faster, it's more, you have less time, and then everything tightens up. So that's something that I'm working at. But I thought, oh, well, should I be doing something, like, should I use a metronome? Because I know, like, a lot of string players, I know, like, Joe plays violin, is one of them that will use a metronome for her vibrato practice. So I asked her, what BPM does she start at for the slowest end? And then cello, the vibrato is slower. So I'm like, okay, I knocked off like 8 different BPM from what she was starting at to just account for the different instruments or whatever. What's up, Alpha? Oh, we got a sniper too. Good to see you both. Hope you're having a nice weekend. But yeah, so anyway, so I did that a little bit where like I had the metronome going while I was doing my lease breaker exercise like this, which I think helped a little bit. But then when I talked to my teacher, he was like, that's not how I teach things. Like, even though like that's a common, that's like a very common way that people do teach vibrato. That's just not how he teaches. So I think I'm gonna like not. I think I might go back to that in small doses if I feel like I need to slow myself down to just have a check on myself. But what he wants me to do is he wants me to really feel and to focus on feel rather than focusing on a metronome or whatever. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Anyway, let's warm up. Let's warm up, shall we? What are we going to warm up on? Let's do this. Let's do this. Where is my... I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to flip this around so that the speaker's over here and the mic is on the other side. And then my volume controls are down here. Okay, so this exercise, so this is, oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. There we go. And then we're going to do this. All right, I'll add the Marcello stuff later. All right, so let's start. I'm going to do, so there's 9. So this is chapter 2 of the, I keep meaning to make a button for this. If you want to follow along for the music, that's where you can get the music at IMSLP for a public domain sheet music. Oh, I see Cathadora's over there with Only Us Weirdos over on YouTube as well. What's up, DCSD? Did you go to the show? Oh, and I should mention here, so that's one exercise. There's 9 of them. You know, just one measure. They're just one measure long, and I do them all the strings. That I'm watching my elbow. I'm watching to make sure that my elbow gets, like, I need to follow the curve of the fingerboard. So I'm paying attention to my elbow and my wrist to make sure that my wrist stays. I don't want to do this. I'm doing this when I get over to the G string a little bit, but when I get over to the C string, and that's bad. Because then it makes this part of my arm really tired, and that's just wrong. Absolutely went to Alice. It was incredible. Lots of photos and videos. Still working to see if any is good. Awesome. I will look forward to if you're gonna post that. I will look forward to the postings. And what DCS Deep is talking about. Is a band called Alice. They're amazing, and they're on Twitch. And so you should go follow them. We got... I'm skipping ahead to 4. This is 3. They're all variations, so sometimes it's kind of easy to confuse them. See, DCS Deep says, I was helping a friend all afternoon. She broke up with her boyfriend and had to move into her minibus. It needed to be insulated, so sleeping in it during the winter is okay. Well, I'm glad that you were able to help. And I'm sorry that happened, but hopefully she'll bounce back. Let's see here. What's up, Jove? Were you streaming last night, or was the concert, was that last night? Must be, because you wouldn't be here right now if it was tonight. Tomorrow. Okay. That's enough of that one. I'm finding that one is helping, like, especially because what I've been doing when I'm not streaming, actually, I use my streaming setup, and I have been because I don't have a mirror, like there's no walls out here to put a mirror on, so I've just been using my camera. Just been using my streaming camera and the screen, the laptop screen that's right here, to watch myself. So I'm getting used to that. But then sometimes I have to, like, the music is here, and the laptop is here. So, like, sometimes it's challenging. But it's, it does help. It does help. That was how I noticed that I was doing this over here. That kind of thing. Okay, so we're done with number 2. Just gonna throw that over there, just like David Letterman with the top 10 list index cards back when that was a thing. Okay, so we're gonna do elbow up. Yes, elbow up, sniper, elbow up. Not really up, but like, I mean, it is kind of up. So yeah, kind of. No mirrors, no mirrors on the ceiling. No. Well, I have a the textured ceiling or whatever. I have ductwork and I have a little bit of texture, and that's what I have on my ceiling. All right, so let's do, all right, chat, pick a number, 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, or 4. The first person that types 2, 3, or 4 in the chat wins. Alpha wins. We're doing second position. Jove, I'm sorry, better luck next time. Alpha out pew-pewed you. I need to turn my music stand a little bit so I don't bang into it. What does that say? Oh, Jove loses. Jove has his own emote. Do I have that emote? Where is that from? Please tell me where that's from. This is a trill exercise. What's up, Rada? How's your weekend? Turned a year older. I think that means birthday wishes are in order. I believe that is the tradition. And this exercise is one of the ones where I think this is the one where I was noticing, especially on the C string. There you are. There you are. that's enough of that one. Let me just log what we did here. Second position. Oh, and that was at 108 BPM. Okay. So you were talking about the mic earlier, you know, when I was frantically doing things while live. I've been thinking about getting a different mic. I'm not sure if I want to take the condenser mic that I have set up with my cello and basically get a different mic that is a little bit nicer and a little bit more specific for miking the cello. I suppose I could get one of the DPAs. They're a little pricey, but that's, you know, that's what everybody uses. Like that's just the thing. The pros use the DPAs when they are miking an acoustic instrument. Mic MIC DCS deep. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I want to get a mic for the cello and then take the mic that I'm using, because it's a condenser mic, so take the mic that I'm currently using for the cello and swap it with this one so that I can have the mic actually like off camera, because this is like kind of blocking my field of vision actually between, like, especially for the sheet music, like it blocks one eye a little bit, or like it blocks them both a little bit. And then I just like I can see like two microphones like just like above the sheet music. It's kind of annoying. So I don't know. I gotta do some research on that. Because I was like, well, I could get another. This is an AT2020, which is it's a workhorse mic. Most studios will have one. They're like $100. They're like super good value. Actually, this one's another one. Same deal. This is a dynamic mic. So a dynamic mic means that it doesn't pick up as much. It's more focused in terms of where it picks up sound. And a condenser mic will pick up from a little bit of a broader shape, if you will. So this is like, again, like $100 mic. It's an SM58S because it has a switch, but it's like, again, this is like the vocal mic that you will see many, 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 many people using. You have probably used one yourself at a wedding, perhaps a bar mitzvah, or a school function, or, you know, wherever microphones and vocal amplification is needed. Condenser mics can be put really far away from what I've seen. Yeah, it just kind of depends. It depends on what kind of microphone it is, how you have the gain set, and like, yeah. But like, if I could just have the microphone like just out of shot right here or something, or just even like out a little bit farther here, so it's just not blocking my view of the sheet music, I would like that. So I don't know. I don't know, but it requires research. Oh, and another thing that I'm trying is now I've got my pre-roll. I don't want pre-roll ads on, so I thought that I had been kicking off ads like right when I start stream, so like the ads just run and like when nobody's here. For YouTube people, don't need to worry about this because I'm not monetized over on YouTube, but for the Twitch people, you know, it's just, I don't have very much control over ads. So, like, I'm not even in the ad incentive program, which pays out a little bit more on the ads because I think the experience is disruptive. So I've got it set to like the least amount of ads I can possibly show, but pre-rolls are like super, super annoying for people that are just joining, and then they get hit with an ad right away and then they'll bounce. So we don't want that either. So anyway, I'm trying to deal with that. So, but I can see the timer for how long I have until we got 25 more minutes without pre-rolls. So that's so I'm going to try and make myself take a break at some point shortly after the timer. runs out, and then we'll play drop. If for the people that aren't seeing ads, we'll play drop. And if you are seeing ads, go stretch your legs, get a drink, get some water, go take a bio break, all that stuff. But I won't. There will not be anything interesting happening during that time, so nobody will miss anything. Is kind of the point, I guess. So anyway, okay, what were we gonna do? Yeah, you can still play drop. Oh yeah, we'll let you know if you won. We will keep you informed if you happen to be watching an ad while drop is happening. Like, if I could turn off ads myself for my channel, I would, because I'm here to like get better at playing cello and like to hang out with all of you that are interested in learning about cello and all that, but like I have a day job. So like I'm not here to make it big practicing cello on Twitch. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so where did number 8 go? There's number 8. Oh, wait. Whoa, wait, what is happening? What is happening? I have two Mujo windows open, and that's crazy. That's completely crazy. I don't know if that's because I update. Mujo released an update I mentioned at the top of stream, so I don't know if it's that or if I've just never made that mistake before. All right, we did. Okay, so all right, chat, you're gonna pick what scale we're doing. Pick a number 1 through 12. 1 through 12. First number in the chat wins. We got 11. Alpha, you're so fast today. So fast. We're going to do 11. So I decided before I asked for the number that we were going to start at 9 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3. So 11 would be A flat major. A flat major. Alpha has low latency on. Pro tip for anybody that doesn't. Alpha is pew-pewing the crap out of you tonight. Okay, so I've got my drone on. We'll put the drone over here. How about down here? It does go to 12 actually. There are 12 tones in Western music. So I'm told. All right, so we got A flat, so that's so this one starts in half position. That's what we're doing. Alpha, go eat. Yes, please do that. If anybody else has forgotten, let's do a quick check. Has everybody eaten today? If you have not eaten today, go get a snack or like actual food. I do that sometimes. I used to do that in college, especially during finals, because it was like, you know, your class schedule is like you're not going to class because it's finals, so your schedule's all wonky. It was always between sports seasons for me, so then I didn't have practice, and it was all kinds of bad news because then I'd find myself at my computer after having like been working on papers all day at like maybe 6 o'clock at night. I'm like at my computer wondering like, why does my stomach hurt? Oh, because it's 6 o'clock and I've had 0 food today. Cathadora's moving to their office and finding a snack. Good, good. Yes. Please take care of yourselves, everyone. Sniper is correct. Please hydrate as well. Okay. Now, since Cathadora said number 4, if I count back, so was this 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, that's C. I was gonna do that one too, but I did. Well, here, let's just do it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's do C. Let me change this to be not A flat. Let's make this a C. So what I'm doing is this is the root note of the scale, and I'm trying to match my pitch. This is an intonation exercise. Ugh. That's G major. We want F natural, not F sharp. And also, quick, while Cathadora is not looking, everybody go follow Cathadora. That's enough of that. That is enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I was talking, let me log my scales. A flat and C. And then we go here. Where are you? Oh, I collapsed it. Okay, I can edit time. Let's just call that 5 minutes instead of whatever I did. Cool. This is I like this. This is working out good. What did I say we were doing next? Oh, we're going to do some vibrato exercises. So let me turn the drone off because we definitely, oops. We don't need that. All right, there we go. My garbage water bottle, because because I'm a fangirl, as many of you are aware. Okay, so we're gonna do some vibrato exercises. And all right, so we're gonna do. I noticed. I don't know if it was from the stream, practicing during the stream last week, or if it was just something else, but like my cuticles were really sore last week, like really sore, to the point where I had to like not do I had to like change. I took Sunday off actually because it was so sore. Like the this side, so like if I'm holding my hand towards me like that, the side facing away from me was like super sore. You're welcome for the shout out. Let's see here. All right, so anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the timer so that I don't torture everybody for too long. I'm gonna set the timer for we're gonna do 2 minutes of lease breaker, and then we'll do something else. All right. You ready? You ready? Drunk bumblebee. Let's do more on the C string. I got a whole 40 seconds left. Okay. All right, so that's enough of that. So that I'm trying to get amplitude in my wrist. So that's what that's for. And then we're going to do this other one. And I'm just going to let this timer go. So this other one, do the same thing I did last week. Oh. So I'm going to hold my finger. I'm going to hold my left hand finger between these two fingers on my right hand, and we're going to do that because I want to get my wrist moving and loose. And then I'm going to do that for a little bit, and then I will actually play. So there'll be a little bit less drunk bumblebee. I need to be keeping my, like, the rest of my arm relaxed and my shoulder while I'm doing this. And I also should be, like, kind of hanging on, like, using gravity to, like, kind of hang on the fingerboard. Vibrato's a lot of work. So, oh, the previous exercise, the drunk bumblebee, as Sniper has called it, my teacher calls it the lease breaker. Because, April, what's up? Thank you for the resub. Everybody, make sure you're following April. She's a multi-instrumentalist and, like, just all around fun human. She plays lots of things. Thank you for the shout out, Cathedora. Yeah, so anyway, so the lease breaker is my teacher. I'm not even playing. I'm not paying attention to, like, where I'm actually, if I'm actually playing a note or not, just FYI. It's fine. It's called the lease breaker. Can anybody guess why it's called the lease breaker? Anybody? Imagine if you were living in, I don't know, an apartment in New York doing that. That's why it's called the lease breaker. Usually I wear, I put my mute on for that usually. This guy. This guy. But yeah, last week, like I said, I don't know if it was from, I think it was from this exercise. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But I've been doing this, so I don't know why last week would have been different. Don't know why Sunday would have been different than any other day after the day that I've done this exercise that I do all the time. But, you know, whatever. We're back. We're back, chat. Okay, we're halfway done. Back in black. Back in black. I don't know any of the other words. Look at how nice that is getting with my wrist moving nicely. And what should be happening is there should be a weight transfer happening from on the finger, right? Like it's a pivot point. So particularly when I get to my fourth finger, one thing, like my pinkies are just like they're on their own program usually, except when they're not. Except when they're not, because the pinky and the ring finger are like somehow joined somewhere, whereas the other fingers aren't. The pinky is less independent than the other fingers, but it has the biggest independent streak in my mind. So anyway, my pinky likes to like lock, particularly like at this knuckle, this one. So I'm working on trying to keep it curved when I'm doing these vibrato exercises. And I guess it helps to have that, like I should have a C shape. C shape. So I'm just making sure that my pinky isn't locking. DJ Moans 1, what's up? Everybody. Oh, I moved my emote thingy, and it's a little off. DJ Moans 1 is a really awesome DJ. Big supporter of just like the sort of like dark wave industrial, dark and stompy sort of DJ space on Twitch. Yeah, I've been playing for 4 years. So make sure you go over to DJ Moans 1's channel and go give him a follow because he's awesome. Hangs out over with us occasionally with the DJ Vegan in Black, where I mod, and is just just a great person to have in the community. How was your stream, DJ Moans 1? Hope it was awesome. It's pretty late where you are too, isn't it? You're a flautist? Oh, that's so cool. Flute stream when? I don't know if you know April, who's in chat here, but she's a flautist. She plays a lot of instruments, but I think, April, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I thought flute was like your primary instrument. Also a classical pianist. Nice. Yeah, I took piano lessons for like 6 months when I was 12. And I didn't practice, so there's that. I took lessons from a family friend who's a phenomenal musician. She actually has a PhD in vocal performance these days. Okay, piano is your primary, but flute is your secondary. I knew flute was up there. But yeah, so, and like, I think one of the things that kind of made piano hard for me, aside from the fact that I didn't practice, it wasn't my teacher's fault. She was lovely, even as a high school senior when I was taking lessons from her. I think part of the problem was that piano, like with violin and guitar and cello are the instruments that I play well. I've got a bass back there, but I'm a guitarist that just like, I know where the notes are on the bass because they're the same as a guitar, as the lower 4 strings of a guitar. But yeah, like, if you notice with those instruments, with the string instruments, your right hand and your left hand are doing something completely different. Like, I'm holding a bow, I'm doing, whatever, and my left hand is playing the notes, right? Piano, you're doing the same. You might be playing different notes, but like the technique is the same. It's just a mirror image. And I feel like that just like crossed the wires in my brain. And I like I said, if I had practiced, I probably would have figured it out. But like playing 2 hands together was really, really hard. I think partly because they're doing the same thing, basically. Where I would start doubling. Like if I was focusing on a melody line, sometimes if I didn't stop playing entirely with my left hand, sometimes I would just double the melody. It was a whole thing. It didn't stick. It did not stick. But it's, you know, I'm glad though that I did take, even that's the 6 months of lessons means that I know how the keyboard is laid out. Like I understand some very basic things, and that is helpful, generally speaking. Let's see. DJ Moans 1 says it irritated everyone else as I was the only male flautist, and I was always challenged weekly. Oh, that would be exhausting. So a challenge for those of you that haven't played in a band or an orchestra is when you're where you sit is like you have to audition for your chair, and then like they're numbered. So like the concert master is like, so if I was pretend this is a violin. If I was the concert master, I would be sitting. So I'd be first chair here, and the conductor's right there, and second chair is to my left. And then it goes inside, outside, and then it goes down the second row, often, if there's another row. So your first chair is your best, the person that did the best in the audition. And then you can challenge, somebody behind you can challenge you. And then you have to do another audition. So, and then if you, basically you have to constantly defend your seat. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Chose it as my dad wanted me to play baritone. I mean, baritone's cool. Picked up sax and clarinets as very secondary, but was a total band geek. That's awesome. I didn't know that, DJ Moans 1. I'm really glad that I'm really glad that you came over and we could chat about this. Okay, so what did I say we were gonna do next? Can you just fight to the death instead of auditioning versus the other guy? I mean, Doc Brown, that's certainly one method. It's certainly certain orchestras are more or bands. It is more like fighting to the death. I think if we brought back MTV Celebrity Deathmatch in terms of like in an orchestra or band setting, that would be cool. That would be cool. What's up, Rob? Nice to see you. I wanted oboe, but it's 2 diaphragms, and I said, hell no. Oboe, I like oboe. Oboe and bassoon, I think, are probably my 2 out of the blowy instruments. That is a technical term, everyone. Out of the blowy instruments, I would say oboe and bassoon are my favorites. I said we were going to do scales. All right. Let's do some scales. All right, chat. Do we want to do 1, 2, or 3? Those are your options. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Just 1, 2, or 3. It's like we're playing Let's Make a Deal, and you're picking door number 1, door number 2, the prize behind door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Rob says we're door number 1, so door number 1 is going to be major. The first mode of the Aeolian mode. So we're going to play F major for this scale exercise. Let me get my tuner back out. Actually, let's do a drone. Let's do an F drone. So my teacher doesn't actually care. Like, scales are just a way to, they're just a form with which to practice technique. So I'm practicing vibrato. of sloppy. Ah. Okay, let's see if I can do 4 notes per bow. It's been a while since I've actually played a major scale because I've been working on the modes of the minor scale. So I've been doing a lot of Dorian and Phrygian, which the finger patterns are a little bit different. Oh, I'm gonna recommend you for a team. Cool. I'm gonna here. Let me write that down. Go take a look later and see who that team is. I'm just gonna. There we are. Cool. Yeah, most of my time actually I hang out in music streams. I haven't been as much on the DJ side. Of course, I'm modding for DJ Vegan and Black, and bounce around a little bit. I pop into your stream every once in a while too. Mixed levels, but a good bunch of people. That sounds awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll go check it out and see who I recognize from that group. Wait, 4 notes per bow. Ew, that was not great. Okay, well, it gives me something to work on offline. But it's good to refresh on the major scale. Okay, so what's up next? Oh, we got my Vibrato Etude. And if any of you that read bass clef would be interested in following along on the sheet music, this is from Alwin Schroeder's 170 Foundation Studies for Violoncello, Volume 1. This is number 32 in the collection. And big ups to Lawless. Cool. He recommended you as I do dark ambient Saturdays. Oh yeah. Yeah, so DJ Moans one plays like a lot of different genres in the darker electronic stuff. So I've been to some streams where you're doing like progressive house and sort of, certainly some of the, like the, industrial EBM stuff, and whatever. But I appreciate eclectic DJs. Okay, so this one, let's get rid of that off my screen. So this one is, I was talking earlier about vibrato and like making like that transfer. I'm having trouble. So when I play like a long note, Sniper, thank you for hanging out. It's always great to see you. It was great to see you over elsewhere this week. Sniper says, gotta go. You have made great progress with your cello. I can say I remember when, yeah, Sniper was here at the very beginning. We met from the Farscape community along with DCS Deep. Have a great rest of the night and take care, everyone. Yeah, you too, Sniper. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you around. So anyway, so there's this weight transfer thing going on, and it's a lot easier to do when the notes are slow. Right? It's harder to do when you start going faster. That's what this etude is about. So it's, or at least that's what we're using it for right now. I actually played this, I don't know when, because it was before I started writing the dates that I played things on my music. Oh my goodness. We've got a gift sub bomb from DJ Moans One. Thank you, DJ Moans One. You're amazing. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the raid, and I appreciate having you here, and we're at a level 3 hype train. Oh my goodness. And Twitch gave out 3 community gift subs. Technically, it's actually Valorant, but thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Twitch, for doing September. And thank you, DJ Moans One, for those gift subs. Okay, so we want to do this at 60 BPM, so that's here. I'm going to set a timer because otherwise I'm just going to keep going at this. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. And I'm going to probably just if I feel like I need to focus on being loose and relaxed and being relaxed when I release my finger. So I'm just, if I feel like I'm not loose, I'll play a measure and then go back to the measure. But I'm just gonna probably keep playing for a bit. So DJ Moans One said, yeah, I'm a bit giddy as it's nice to meet a fellow musician. Oh, I know all the music people. Well, not all of the music people. I know a lot of the music people. So I want to watch myself, and that's too many notes to remember. So let's just do... I'm just making stuff up now. That's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. So let's work on this extension measure here. Is it me or do meow 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 meow? Isn't that what it is? But yeah, it's the same intervals. It's not just you. It's not just you. See, it's everybody. It's everybody. Favorite cat emotes in the chat, please. Let's see. Let me get with the metronome here. What's going on there? Thanks for that hype train, everybody. I appreciate it. Sneaky, sneaky, there's an extension there. Let's do that a couple of times. Again with the bowing. So I'm just doing the way that there's a couple of variations that you can, well, there's lots of variations you can do with bowing here, but I want to do this down bow. Oh, we got an F sharp. This is in G major. the notes. Okay, so let me go back up. Your modern. I had the whole wind up metronome. Oh yeah, I've got. Oh, where is my? I've got one of those vibrating metronomes too. Here, if you're interested, that's the app that I'm using. It's called Mujo, and it's like the only like practice logging system that I have found that works for me. So it's got a metronome built in, and then it's got like a journal that you can take notes on at times, the stuff that you're doing, and I love it. It's very basic, but it does the things. Metronome. I do have. Well, I don't. I do have a Soundbrenner metronome. Yes, but so I think it's over there. Actually, I think that's where it is. I took it with me on vacation and didn't use it, and then I didn't put it away. Okay. Where were we on this thing? Okay, so that's 10 minutes on that Etude. Was Mujo doing the drone too? No, Mujo was not doing the drone. That would be a super neat thing if it could do that, but it doesn't. So I was using an app called Drone Tones, and quite frankly, I don't. It's just the one. Like I'm pretty privacy conscious, so it was just the one that didn't need a lot of permissions and was free. And I was like, well, this'll be fine, but it's got like too many overtones, I think. I don't know. I'm not in love with it, but yeah. That. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but it's let me turn the brightness down. See if that helps. It's just purple. It's got purple color scheme with a white background, and then you just got all the notes right there. So if you find a better one, let me know. Let me know. See, Digimones 1 says, my biggest regret was selling my silver. That's a German word that I don't know how to say. German name that I don't know how to say. Piccolo, you cried. Oh. Everybody, let's have a moment for the piccolo, if we could. All right, so we're done with this. I was doing a different Etude, and then we switched to that one for Vibrato. So I'm all nice and loose now. Okay, so I have to use quotes when I'm doing the song list stuff because there's two allegro. There's four movements in this Marcello sonata that I've been working on, and there's two allegros. So I have to, and then in the command syntax with song list bot, if you have its song name, then song name, then donation amount, and then the username that made a request if there's a request. And if I don't put the quotes around it, I think it gets confused about who's it'll think Allegro is making a request, and I'm like, no, that's not what we want. Nobody is making requests here. Anyway, so let's get that one going. So I've been working on this for quite a while, like since March. It is now almost October, and I'm guessing that this is probably what I'm going to be playing at my next recital, which is in December. And I'm just like, oh, it's so long. Because I don't know if there's enough time to start a new piece to have a new piece ready for a recital. So I think I'll probably going to have to keep like working on this while I'm learning something else, and that's going to be a lot for me to handle. Rob says Marcello 5 for $4 by Allegro. Yeah. Nothing wrong with Bundy for a first flute. I don't know anything about flutes. I don't know anything about flutes other than you blow into them and you push the buttons. Quote your arguments to the shell, yes. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer. So we're going to do, I think, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes on this first one. And then the next one, probably 10 minutes because it's longer and there's more repeats. Then we'll do like 3 minutes on the largo. Maybe we'll do more on the largo, but we'll start with that. One of the problems that I've been having is that when I'm like kind of hammering on a piece or whatever, like I just want to keep going and keep working on it. And I've been having time management issues basically since I came back from vacation, because I have quiet hours at 10 p.m. So I have to stop practicing at 10 p.m. On Fridays and Saturdays, I have until 11. But during the week, I've got until 10 p.m. I got to work during the day. Then I got to go run. Then I got to go practice. And then that's like my whole night. So, and I got to get that all done. And I got to eat too. And I got to get that all done by 10 o'clock. So I've been kind of running up against with my practice, kind of running up against that 10 p.m. quiet hours. And then where I've spent too much time on one movement or one, on an etude or something. And then I'm like, oh, I couldn't get to all the other stuff. So that's a problem that I've been working on fixing by using the countdown timer instead of the stopwatch. Anyway, let's give this one 10 minutes. Let's do that. So I'm just going to run through this completely cold, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll find things to work on. Okay, so that's the piece. So what I want to work on is it's some phrasing. Like for this part here, there should be like for the, where is it? Like at the end of a sentence. Dee 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 da dump bump. That whole section should be like that. Wrong finger. That finger. Yeah, that's where we are. Ugh. Let's go back. How do I play that? How does that go again? Industrial Girl 25, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Okay, that was much better. That was much better. Let's do that again. Industrial Girl says, howdy, hanging in there. A bit tired from dialysis, though, so I'm not going to be on long. Sorry. Hey, you know, it's great to see you, and thank you for popping in. I hope you recover from that quickly. Let's go back here. What's up, Daniel? How was the food stream? How did it go? Everybody go give Daniel a follow. He's a guitarist. He's learning violin. He plays bass actually quite well. But guitar is his primary instrument. And chat just made him do all kinds of crazy things this past week. He said, I survived, but it was not a fun night. Oh, no. So what all did you have to eat? I don't personally, I'm not into eating challenges. Here, let me pause this. Let me tell you a story, chat. Let me tell you a story. When I was in high school, I went to, I was a Latin student, like Latin the language, and I went to nationals with my fellow Latin students from Wisconsin. And one of my good friends who, the food was not great. We were at it was in the summer, and we were staying on a college campus for a week where the national convention was. And so my friend just was bored or whatever, and he decided he was just going to go to the salad bar, and he was just going to put everything in his salad on the salad bar. And I'm sure you can anticipate where this is going. But he sat down with his salad, and thank goodness I had not gotten to lunch yet. Like, I was later, and so I only heard about this after the fact. Thank goodness. But yeah, so he sits down with some of our friends, and he's like, "How much would you pay me to eat this?" And somebody gave him a 20, and he proceeded to eat this, and it let me just say it did not go well. Did not go well. So yeah, eating challenges are just not, like, I don't know. They're not my thing. Some people like them. There's a reason why. There's like the hot pepper people, and like that's a thing that is like, oh, hey, cool, rock, that's your thing. That's your thing. That's not for me. So Daniel said pineapple and bacon pizza, which, I mean, I'd eat that. Skyline chili with sharp cheddar cheese. I have had Skyline chili, and I would not eat that. Coke flavored Oreos, all combined. So Daniel was explaining this. The thing about the Coke flavored Oreos, those are the ones that are like Pop Rocks, right? He said, I had no desire to do this, but Pasagalia gave enough gift subs for a joke goal. See, Industrial Girl says, I'll say this, Big Bear, California cannot make pizza. It tasted like cardboard. I am sorry to hear that. That is a travesty. That cardboard pizza is just not good. DCS Deep says, hey, I worked summer dorm food service. Food was as good as during the school year. Oh yeah, I bet it was. Daniel says, I tortured her on her own stream first with food tasting and drinking milk. Oh yeah. I even got her a custom song called Drink That Funky Chunky Milk. Ew. Ew. So Pasagalia, if you don't know Pasagalia, she's a very amazing professional violinist. And you should go follow her if you're not already. Let's see, Daniel says she was furious, but she also got 450 subs so far this month, and she's never had so much milk in her life. Oh, yeah. Blame Pascalia. Pascalia has given more subs for the Creed goal. I've met my match, and it's terrifying. Oh my, Daniel. Oh, yeah. I just bought some oat milk today, and I bought some soy milk. I've kind of, I don't know. I'm not lactose intolerant. And like it's fine, like I can handle it fine, but I've just been like cutting back. Anyway, let's get this. We were just talking about like chair placement earlier, and like being challenged for chairs, and like I think Pascalia is a concert master, so I think she knows a thing or two about dealing with that sort of thing, and I would not mess around with somebody that has that kind of experience. All right, let's just play the whole thing again, I guess. See ya, Industrial Girl. Thanks for hanging out. I would say enjoy your pizza, but I think that's probably asking a little much tonight. I'm sorry that your pizza is cardboardy. And we'll see you around. Have a good one. Okay, so another thing that I want to work on this piece here is this part. And what I want to work on there is I should be playing the notes on the D string, on the lower string, louder and with more bow than the notes on the A string. So I need to use less bow for the notes on the A string and more bow for the notes on the D string. And that's a thing. That wasn't actually too bad. Because what we want to do is the A string is kind of gross and twangy. And the D string is a little bit mellower. So the A string kind of like, we want to kind of even those out a little bit is kind of what we're doing. And then also the notes on the D string are actually on the beats as well. So we want to kind of, you want to feel the beat. Except for this first one. This. Not bad, not bad. This is where having a different mic would really help because this microphone is blocking, it's blocking this piece out of my right eye. So I can only see the music out of my left eye. Let's keep going on this one. Alpha says, I saw a Discord post about Kimmery's cat Bexer losing his kidney functions. Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. I've got Bex. I've got some Bex emotes. I think. Oh no, my sub expired. My sub expired like today or yesterday, I think. So I do not have Bex emotes. To go back and watch this. Let me see if I can I play this? I do have it memorized. I hear a difference. Do y'all hear a difference in the notes now with the lower notes or the notes on the D string coming out a little bit more? Because I feel it. I think I hear it. April says, I think I can hear it. I trust your ears, April. Rob says, I see what you mean about the overtones and the drone tones. Yeah, it's like there's a lot going on there in the drone tones is kind of how I'll say it. That was a lot. That felt like I was doing it a lot. Let's see. I guess let's do it once more and then I'll just keep going. Daniel says, I got a question about your bow. How do you know when there is enough tension? Is it personal feel? I mean, it's all feel, but like it's how you like it, you can kind of tell like with if whether you can like grab the string or not. So when I was at VGM Con this spring, I had my violin with me, and Sarah Mahoney Music, who you should also follow, is also a violinist. She's primarily a pianist, but she also plays violin. And she was playing my instrument, and she was like, "You like your bow?" She was like, "Your bow is very tight." And so I think some of it is, I think it is preference, like, and I think it might depend too on the piece that you're playing. But I like, I don't know, sometimes I've been doing this for so long and not like without, so I've had formal instruction, individual instruction for 4 years on cello, but for violin, I talked about this actually in a little bit in New Baroque's Discord, because we were talking about one of the other noobs on a similar journey to me just was tried out playing in her first orchestra, so I was just thinking back to like how I learned and things like that. And a lot of my instruction on violin was in group settings and in an orchestra. Even like when I first started playing, it was through school, so through the public schools. So we had small group lessons of four students together. And then I had 1 year of one-on-one private lessons when I was in 7th grade, so when I was like 12 and 13. And then the rest of it was all orchestra. So so basically what I'm saying is I am a very brute force player in terms on violin. Like I could play the parts, but I wasn't efficient or like elegant about it. I was just like, I could do it, but I wasn't refined, I guess. My technique on violin is not very refined. So in terms of how I think I like just don't think about bow tension. I think if it feels good, if it feels right, then sometimes I'll just tweak it. If I'm like, meh, especially like depending on the piece and what type of bow strokes you're going to be using. Like sometimes it feels a little bit better to be slightly tighter or slightly looser. But you ask somebody that's more experienced than me and more refined player than me, and you'll probably get like an actual answer. My answer is like, I don't know. I just tighten my bow however it feels good. Missed my finger there. I gotta work on this up bow too. A lot of times, Maybe I don't need to start quite up there. Maybe I can start mid-bow instead of all the way. I'm trying to go all the way up here and then it like doesn't, I can't grab it. It's a whole thing. So let's start here. That's why, because it's right there. Okay, so that's these are both extended, but is a half step lower than. And actually, I'm actually reaching here, so I should keep my hand in the same position. My teacher actually just wants me to do. He just wants me to like use just my pinky. But I gotta play that stronger because like there's a lot of that going on and that we don't want that. Do that section again. Again, we want to have the dee da dum dum. Once more. Let's move on to the allegro here. Allegro, the first allegro. The first allegro, not the second allegro. Oh, and before we do that, why don't we take, let's see, let's do a quick break. I'm going to run some ads. We're going to play drop, Everybody get some water. Hydrate. Get a snack if you need a snack. And let's play drop. And I'm going to get some water as well. All right. Did that work? It worked. It worked. Exclamation mark drop in the chat if you can still see and hear me. I'll tell you if you won. Let me do that. Oh, April, that's a fun emote. All right, Cathadora's got some boba. Oh, I had boba today. I had to go. I have a PO box now, so I'm trying to go to my PO box on Saturdays, and I got my my Joe mug, my Joe Plays Violin mug, and a CD. One of our local bands, Stranger Gallery, just released their first record, so I got that in the mail today, or well, when I picked up the mail today. All right. Okay, ads are almost over. Okay, ads are over. Everybody should be back now. And we're going to do another round of drop. So if you didn't play the first round, exclamation mark drop to play. We had no winner last time, which is unfortunate. But that is how the drop goes sometimes. That is just how it goes. Ooh, I hit the target. All right, so it's not a very good drop. So if anybody else wants to, there's room to edge me out there. There's definitely room to edge me out there. We'll give people a couple more seconds. And then, oh, there, Chairman. Nice to see you. Oh, I love that emote. I call it the devil. It's the Devil Bunny emote, like this song from My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult that I know some of you are familiar with. Go, go, devil bunnies. Go, go, devil bunnies. Bum 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 bum. I had one of my friends drew a devil bunny on my whiteboard on my door in the dorms when I was in college. And he was like, he had already graduated, but he was like just like back to hang out with us young whippersnappers that hadn't graduated yet. And he drew a devil bunny on my board. And there was somebody on my floor that would just like the devil bunny was flipping the bird. And I thought it was hilarious. It was in purple dry erase marker. I thought it was great. But somebody would just keep going to my devil bunny and erasing the finger. And I'm pretty sure I know who it was. But like, it was like, this went on for, I would say, at least a month. And I would just keep drawing it, and then somebody would erase it, keep drawing it, put it back, defacing my art. It was like, why? Why do you care? Why do you care? I was adamant about maintaining my friend's art. Anyway, let's do some more Marcello. Let's do this Allegro. So I'm going to do this with a metronome because I've been working up the speed. Let's see if I can do it. Do we want to start? Let's start. Let's see what happens when we start out. This is at 138. We're just gonna start. We're just gonna go. I feel like this is a little sloppy, so I'm gonna take it down just a tiny bit. Okay, so we're taking it down 4 BPM. Let's start right here. I'm going to start at the repeats, the second section. So that was better. I felt like at 138, as my teacher would say, I was kind of hanging on by my fingernails. So slowing it down to 134, I felt a little bit more. I can probably work back up to 138 pretty easily. But it was just enough slower that I was playing less sloppy. So that was good. Okay, so what do we want to work on? Let me just look at my notes. We want to work on keep the bow on the string. And yeah, that's basically it. So that was what I remembered. So what we mean there is one thing that I have a tendency to do is I tend, when I'm like really, you can tell when I'm really like thinking really hard about something because I tend to creep up like this. I like tighten up like a little T-Rex with the little short arms, and that's not ideal. So that's one thing. But like for like this part in particular, those sections, I really need to keep the bow stuck to the string. So I feel like that's getting better. But maybe let's work on that. So let's do here. We're in. I have to check. We are in tenor clef there. This is the movement that keeps bouncing back and forth between. Well, this one, yeah. It's just this one, I think. I think maybe the last one does a little bit too, but it just keeps going back and forth between bass clef and tenor clef, which is kind of annoying. But like I'm starting to understand why you would write it like that from like a manuscript perspective. So, okay, fine. And I'm getting used to it, but it's sometimes I forget because what happens is, so like the first, actually, I think I've talked about this before, but the first two measures are exactly identical if you just look at the staff. If you look at the clef, they're different. So we have those look identical if you ignore the staff or if you ignore the clef. So all the notes are in the same spot. So I actually had to circle the tenor clef on the second one to remind myself to shift up into fourth position. It's kind of annoying. Rob, you have something to look forward to, my friend. Rob is learning how to play cello as well. So you have something to look forward to. You're going to also have to learn tenor clef. And then if you don't already know treble clef, you'll probably have to learn that too. Because that's cello. That's how cello rolls. So we go tenor clef, yay. But, okay, so the trick, I don't know if you were here. You know treble, okay, cool. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff in treble. Like sometimes, like if you have a part that's up in the, so it's way up here on the A string, they'll switch to treble. Oh yeah, okay. So you're good on bass clef and you're good on treble clef. So you're just gonna need tenor clef. But on the cello, it's just my teacher told me something that blew my freaking mind a couple months ago, and it's that tenor clef is the same. The notes are in the same spot. It's just one string over, so it's like a higher string. So the top space in tenor clef is a D. So it looks like it's a G in bass clef, but it's a D. So it's just one string over. Rob says, mainly I've just been playing violin or vocal stuff in treble down an octave or two. Yeah. So anyway. Here we go, okay. Horribly out of tune, so let's do that again. At the end, the rest of it was okay. Let's start. I could feel myself tensing up there. So let's try and stay loose and confident there. Okay, so that's better. And then here, let's start here. Okay, let's do that once more, and then we'll move on to the next movement. I can't end on that though. Let's do here. Is that a 3? That is a 3. Okay, that was better. We can end on that. Let's go on to the Largo. Alpha says, it sounds all right to me. Sounds like you're hitting the right notes. Yeah, you know, I'm just like, I'm working on cleaning it up, making it more refined, making it more musical, getting some phrasing better, getting some, bowings cleaned up, all that sort of thing. Moving on to the Largo. So I am going to hold myself to 3 minutes on this piece because it is the best out of the 4 and it's only 3 lines long. It is, how many measures is it? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 measures long. So it's a shorty. And it's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to have to make a copy of the last page because there's a page turn, and the way that my teacher wants me to play this, he really thinks that the Largo and the second allegro, the last movement, the last allegro, really go together, and there's very little like pause between the two, just like a breath and then you go. So I'm gonna need to make a copy of that page so that I can have it just sitting on my music stand so I don't have to turn the page. Super annoying. Anyway. Oh, we're doing the countdown. Wait, okay, so I'm a rhythm here. Let me do this with a metronome. I've been sort of syncopating that first full measure, and that's not, it's a quarter note, and an eighth note in 3/8 time. So it's 2 beats for the quarter note and it's 1 beat for the eighth note, and it's very simple, but I'm not doing it right. Okay, let's just keep doing that a little bit. Let's do it again. Let's just do the whole thing again. Oh, I got 20 seconds left. It needs better phrasing. So that's the largo. That's in, and that, like I said, that's in pretty good shape, and it can be, the phrasing could be better, but for the most part, it's not too bad. And like the dynamics could be more dramatic, probably more dramatic difference between, more dynamic range, basically. Thanks for the claps, Alpha. All right. That. Oh, and I'm behind. I missed one of the movements. Okay. April, thanks for the claps. All right, so we got this allegro. This allegro business. This second allegro. Where is it? Where did it go? I have misplaced. Delete it, did I? Hang on. Why can I not find... Where is... Did I archive it? Oh, did I collapse something? Oh yeah, I totally collapsed something when I didn't mean to. Everything is fine. There has been no data loss. We are good. Okay. So, let me just check my notes on this one. I've been doing this up to 80. Let's just play it through and see how it goes. Okay, so this is a place where I turn that off. I really need to be confident in, this is just the first section. John, what's up? Did you hear, we have over on YouTube, John Crosley, who is the developer for Mujo, which is making these nice little in-time bleeps and bloops over here on my iPad. I don't know how to make my bot do things in YouTube yet, but yeah. But I just gave I have a command to shout out Mujo, so there's a link to the App Store. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I saw you were live earlier. John does a lot of his streaming on YouTube. Do you also multi-stream to Twitch as well? Because I can shout you out on Twitch. He's JC Practices. I'm just gonna shout you out on Twitch anyway. Everybody go follow JC Practices and follow on Twitch, and then go follow John Crosley on YouTube. But yeah, perfectly adequate bleeps and bloops. That's we've been talking in John's Discord about Mujo and other things, but the bleeps and bloops are, yes. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of different types of bleeps and bloops, just generally speaking. I like the bleeps and bloops. Yeah, okay, so John does multi-stream to Twitch as well. So Twitch people, go follow John JC Practices on Twitch, and YouTube people go follow his YouTube too. It's linked in his Twitch profile. Yeah. So anyway, so we're just working on this Marcello sonata here, is what we're doing. And I used the edit function on stream earlier, which is it's a new feature that just came. I just updated my app earlier today, because I was talking and I was like, yeah, that was more like 5 minutes, not 10 minutes. So that's another use case for you on that edit function. I've been using it to kind of just cut out some of the time I've been spending talking. So, yeah. Anyway, okay, so what I need to work on in this section is I need to be more confident in my playing and not get all tense and do this like I'm gonna do a deadlift or something, like I'm gonna do a clean and jerk or something. So anyway, okay, so how do we work on that? I think I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna not worry about dynamics at all, and I'm just gonna play as loud as I freaking can. Okay, so this might be, this is probably gonna be ugly. I'm just gonna warn you, it's probably gonna be ugly. And then do I want to start? Let's start here. Let's start right here. Thanks, John. John says, you got this. All right, let's do it again. press harder, or like needs to get more of my weights on my fingerboard when I'm up in thumb position. It hurts a lot less now that I've been practicing. Because I'm using the side of my thumb. It is a new part of my hand that is in contact with the strings, and as you can imagine, it takes some building up. I'm not worrying so much about the intonation right now. I don't want to try and think about too many things, because then my brain gets overloaded and then everything is terrible. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's keep going. So that I know I said I'm not trying not to pay attention to intonation, but it's really hard not to. And there's a F natural in here that is just very F sharpy. It's not quite F sharp, but it's F sharpy right here. There it is. And I got to get my fingers like really close together like that. And my teacher said I even can like come in from the inside. And if your nails are at all like my nails are really short right now, and they're still a little bit too long to pull this off. That would be more in tune, not totally in tune, but that's what we're working with here. So anyway, let's pause there and take a breath. That's getting better. That is definitely getting better. So now there's a repeat. So actually, let me play the first part. I guess I'll play the first part, and then we'll just keep going. Let me turn the metronome back on. The perfectly adequate bleeps and bloops. This timing is weird, and I'm having trouble with it, even with the metronome. So let's just go back to where we were playing. We'll just keep going. Yeah, so I've talked about this before. I don't know. I got to figure out how to like get that, count that, this measure, but it's a quarter note. So we're in 2/4 time. There's a quarter note that is tied to a 16th note. And then, so the high note in that little run, so there's a trill and then what I don't know. Anyway, I can't jump in there. But at any rate, this note should have been on the beat. We in tenor clef? Those should be on the beat, starting at that G. Anyway, let's go to the second part here. Let me take this down a little bit. Let's do from 80 to 76. Take it down a little bit more to 72. What I want to work on is right here, is this transition into like what I call the cool part. That part, I like that part. So let's do... Let's do it again at that tempo. Once more at that tempo. Okay, let's turn it up, boys. Let's do to 74. Let's do it again at 74. There's an extension there. There's an accidental... Okay, let's do that again. Let's do this transition from forte to piano. I'm just going to write this in. I'm just going to write in a 4 there. Because why not? And then I want to write, that's an open. Okay. So let's see here. Good. Let's do it again at that tempo, and then we'll, if I do it right, we'll move it up 2 more clicks. Ah, almost, almost. This transition between, so I probably need to do something different with my bow here. Because really all, I think... I probably need to move my bow out more towards the middle. If I move out too far, we're gonna have too much of that going on. It'll be too inefficient, but I think maybe a little bit more towards the middle would be better there. So let's just do those 4 measures. That was more than 4 measures. Okay. Let's go back another measure. It is kind of weird to start those up bow. It makes sense because it would be a lot harder. It would be a lot harder to do it down bow, it's just a weird. It feels weird. It sounds cool, but it feels really weird. Let's see. Where do we want to start? Let's start here. That's because wrong bow stroke. Okay, I think I can do the whole thing now. Let's start here. Need to relax my bow arm. What happened? What happened? Oh, hey, we got a follow. Vaxxed Potato. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have some potato emotes. We've got some potato hearts in chat for Vaxxed Potato. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Or, well, good time zone, wherever you are. We did it. We did it. Okay. I feel like I'm getting fatigued on that, so I'll go with the one good run through, and then let's move on. Oh, hey. Hey, we have JC Practices over here. He says, I gotta go, but just wanted to drop by and say thanks for your help with Mujo feedback. It's honestly super encouraging, and it makes me so thrilled to see you're using it on stream. Yeah, I've been using it on stream like the whole time, basically. So thank you for building this app. It has really helped me. Again, in case you missed it, that's the bloop bloops that you're hearing from my metronome, but it's also a practice journal. So have a good one, John, and I'll see you around. See you around in Discord or YouTube or Twitch, as the case may be. April's got it. Cool. Update your app too. If you just downloaded it, you've got the latest version. But yeah. Hot off the presses, edit and add time manually. I'm very excited. Okay, let's knock out the rest of this piece. This is like the last little bit. Ah, we got a sharp there. I'm gonna put this back. This is less hard. I'm gonna put this back to 78. Said it's less hard, and then I am making mental mistakes is what's happening here. These two measures here I need to focus on. Actually, let's just go back down. Because clearly I'm making too many mistakes to be playing it that fast. So I want to work on that measure. So let's do here. Let's add a little bit to that. Let's go back a little bit farther. I presume I probably need to think about keeping my bow stuck to the string here too. after this part. After that part. Okay, so that part. And then the next part has that same weird rhythm with the trill. The trill and the tie and the 16th note. So let's avoid that. Let's avoid that for right now. Okay, so let's start here. Up to tempo instead of half tempo. Okay, let's do this whole section at this tempo. Let me just do this. It's coming along. It's definitely coming along. All right. So I think I am feeling the fatigue set in. I don't want to push myself too much harder. So I think I'm going to call it here, and we're going to go find somebody to raid. Because I don't want to make stupid mistakes because I'm tired, and then train my body to remember the stupid mistakes and not play the right notes. So, all right, let's see. Let's do this. Let's see. Let me see who's on. And let's copy the raid calls while I am finding somebody to raid. Why are my quick actions not working? What is wrong with you? YouTube people, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. John and Anonymous Coward, thanks for saying hi in the chat. And yeah, I should be back again next week, 7 p.m.-ish Central, U.S. Central date time. All right. See you, YouTube people.